the Drouot auction house in Paris, not Art Deco or Renaissance art, we've got fashion. And that means the bidders and the curious are slightly different to the usual crowd of art lovers. Hundreds of items of vintage gear will go under the hammer, including ones owned by various stars past and present. This guy taking off his jacket is a fan of otter skin coats, which were fashionable in the 70s and 80s. Dominique Chambert, doling out the observations here, is the expert in charge of the auction.
The challenge is knowing what items to select for a sale like this. There has to be a wide range as possible to appeal to museums, collectors, dealers, and also the fashionistas who want to pick up pieces as similar as possible to the current collections. At the lowest price, of course.
Dominique has a penchant for some of the items in particular.
We're selling a pair of Lady Gaga's shoes, which she threw out to members of the audience at a concert here in Paris. Actually, there was only one shoe at the start. It was picked up by a Lady Gaga fan. We posted the information on our blog, and the person lucky enough to have the second shoe saw it, contacted us, and we bought the two shoes together to sell the pair.
The clothing and objects on sale have all been used, including this piece of headwear. Ordinary enough, you would think, but what counts is who wore it.
Well, then this is an important piece because it belonged to Michael Jackson. He wore the hat during a fairly short tour in the United States and Canada. The Mystery Tour in 1984. It's valued at around 4,000 or 5,000 euros.
It was one accessory among many belonging to the king of pop, but now it's worth its weight in gold. The chances there'll be a high price are all the greater because the bidding will also take place online.
The internet opens up a window to the world. We see it as a really important source of custom.
The Drouot website has been set up here in offices a few streets away from the actual auction house itself in central Paris. It is gradually becoming a part of the auction business. The vintage sale has begun. Olivier Lange of the Drouot house explains how it works.
This is the hat Michael Jackson wore. It's been put at about 5,000 euros. You can see the auction starting with bidding starting at 2,000. Now, if I wanted to buy, yes, it's going fast enough. It's already at 4,500. And at this point, if I wanted to buy, I click to bid.
This camera in the auction room gives online bidders the full picture of how the sale is unfolding blow by blow. It's led this time by the auctioneer Pierre Cornette de Saint-Cyr.
You can talk amongst yourselves, it's already happening.
A Drouot employee, meanwhile, ensures the link between the web and the auction room is smooth. He clearly indicates when an online bidder is interested. And that's especially a concern this time with Jacko's hat.
There's a strong probability this kind of lot could go very high.
The auction house was keen to see whether virtuality would win out over the real world for the hat during the afternoon. Olivier Lange did not miss a beat.
It's moving really quickly. We're up to 7,000 euros in the auction room with no internet bids. There you are, bidding's over. Sold at 8,500 euros.
The vintage sale is going well overall with bids above expectations. A trophy that belonged to Marilyn Monroe goes for 8,000. Up next, another remarkable lot, Lady Gaga's shoes, and yep, this time there is some movement online.
20 people have registered on our site to bid for Lady Gaga's shoes. Perhaps as many people will be watching.
The main bid at this point came by phone.
7,000, 7,500, 8,000.
A phone bidder broke the bank for a chance to tread literally in Lady Gaga's footsteps.
8,000, sold, well bid.
A Michael Jackson groupie, meanwhile, is waiting patiently in the auction room. Samira is hoping she can take home a piece of Michael Jackson treasure.
The Blood on the Dance Floor single, 200, 250, 800.
And no sooner is the auction over than the fan rushes to grab the loot, a question of don't stop till you get enough.
I wanted something. Not something that belonged to him. I couldn't buy the Michael Jackson hat. But I got souvenirs of him.
Did he try for the hat?
No, I couldn't get into bidding. It was out of my league. I would have liked to, but my husband would have murdered me.
The sale of lots overall came to nearly €250,000. Vintage fashion remains à la mode.